Bum 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 bum. The Peter Mixed Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, today's show is a Peter Mixed show because I I've been feeling optimistic lately. As you guys saw last week, I went out with a girl that I met online. She lives in Houston, and it has made me optimistic enough that I've made good using that as a stepping stone. I've made other good connections, not just romantic connections, but I also realized that other aspects of my life have gone to shit because of how lost I have been with all of this. So right now, as I speak, I desperately need to clean up my car. And so, believe it or not, see that box right there? I need to send out my computer for warranty service, and I haven't even gotten around to that because I've been so lost with these last couple of dates that everything else has just kind of stalled. And so, I also need to. There's a few other tasks that I need to do. I also got into some strife with one of my roommates because I was so lost. And yeah, it wasn't 100% my fault, but at the same time, there were certainly better ways that I could have de-escalated things. Now, it's kind of interesting how this all started. I was at my grandmother's funeral a little over a month ago. Now, my grandmother was 91 years old, and she coexisted with Mary Curry for a few months here on Earth. So I thought she could go communicate with Mary Curry. And I asked if Mary Curry would set me up on a date with one of her great-great-grandchildren. And I said this at the funeral. My dad was so upset at the remark because there were other families at the funeral, and he thought that it was too casual of me. I wasn't dressed well. I flew there in a hurry because I had commitments here in Phoenix as well. I wasn't dressed for the occasion very well, and I was joking about stuff. Like, the truth is that I was kind of mourning grandmother in a weird way, right? I later learned when I came back to Phoenix, one of my friends told me that if it makes you feel better, sometimes people laugh at funerals. It doesn't mean disrespect. And after the funeral, for some bizarre reason, a reason I still cannot comprehend, I decided to reopen my online dating profile that I hadn't touched. To give you an idea of how long it had been since I touched it, everything was off about it. My hobbies, and I've also lost a lot of weight since the last time I uploaded a picture on there. So I basically had to start all over again. And besides, I kind of lied about my age because my body looks so young. If I don't lie about my age, people will think that I'm lying about my age. That's the real problem. In an ideal world, I would like to not do that. But over in Taiwan, I don't, because Taiwanese people actually take good care of their bodies. I didn't have to lie about my age there. In fact, I could have lied in the other direction. And before I knew it, I had a good time with a girl there in Taiwan, and as we were going back to the city, she had to get off one train station before mine, and when she got off, it felt like part of my body left with her, and it was one of the worst feelings in the world. But we're still chatting a month and a half later, so that's good. And then I came back to Phoenix, and I don't have nearly as good of a luck with dating sites here. And I was so frustrated that I outright asked people to swipe left. I said, you know what? I've been getting on the profile. I said, I've already gotten so many left swipes. Let's go for a record. Please swipe left. I posed for the camera pointing left, asking people to swipe left, and explain that I was going for a record. And before I knew it, I got 40 right swipes. And to give you an idea of how many I got, I went out to because I wanted to sign up for a membership to respond to all of them, but I didn't want my credit card to get recurring charges. So I went out to buy a gift card and I put like $20 on it just to pay that 1 month so I could reply to all of them. And so, long story short, I ended up talking to a girl who was just traveling through here. And that's how it all started. Unfortunately, she confessed to me that the chemistry didn't click. She outright confessed. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because at least she's being honest about it. And but she still likes me, so we'll have to see there. But the thing that makes me optimistic about her is that I had talked to Mary Curry, and I discovered that her birthday is almost exactly 100 years to the day of Mary Curie discovering radium. And also during the trip there, I got Flight 1934 on the way there. And so numbers that relate to Mary Curie kept showing up during the trip. And also, she is a quarter Polish as well. So I like to think that was Mary Curie's blessing. And hopefully this summer I'll be going to a conference in Amsterdam. And during the trip, hopefully I'll take a side trip to go see Mary Curie's statue in Warsaw. I have a friend that I want to visit there anyway. And I'm going to decorate her statue with some jewelry that she can then use to make her famed invention and continue her research on that. And so Mary Curie technically is buried in Paris, but I don't think that's where her final resting point is. I still think it's in Warsaw. So I usually treat that statue almost like it's her grave. And besides, it's a lot safer to visit anyway. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.